The Galactic Empire was big, really big. It had thousands of planets and millions of spaceships. The aliens who ran the empire thought they were the best in the whole universe. They had ruled for a very long time, and no one ever said no to them. One day, a small empire ship was flying around the edge of the empire. The captain was bored. He thought nothing exciting would happen today. But then one of his crew shouted, "Captain, I see something new on the screens." The captain rushed over. He saw a small blue and green planet on the big screen. It was pretty with blue oceans and green lands. White clouds floated above it. Said the captain. "I've never seen this planet before. Let's take a closer look." The ship flew closer to the planet. They saw cities and roads. They saw planes flying in the sky and ships sailing on the seas, but they didn't see any spaceships leaving the planet. The captain laughed. "Look at this tiny planet. They don't even have real spaceships. They're stuck on their own world." The crew all laughed too. They thought it was funny to see a planet that couldn't travel in space. In the Empire, even kids had toy spaceships that could fly to the moon. The captain decided to tell the big bosses of the Empire about this new planet. He sent a message to the capital world, where the Emperor lived. The Emperor was a tall alien with 4 arms and 3 eyes. When he heard about the new planet, he got excited. "A new world to add to my empire," he said. "How wonderful." But when he saw the pictures of Earth, he started to laugh. "Is this a joke?" he asked. "This planet looks so weak and small. They don't even have space cities or moon bases." The Emperor's advisors looked at the information about Earth. They saw that humans had only been to their own moon a few times. They had never traveled to other planets. "Your Majesty," said one advisor, "these humans are very behind in technology. They might not even know about the Empire yet." The Emperor grinned. His sharp teeth gleamed in the light. "Then we shall introduce ourselves. It's time to teach these little humans about the power of the Galactic Empire." He ordered a big spaceship to go to Earth. It was shaped like a giant triangle and was as big as a city. The ship captain's name was Zork. He was known for being mean to weak planets. As Zork's ship got close to Earth, he sent out a message. All the TVs, phones, and computers on Earth suddenly showed his face. He looked scary with green skin and big black eyes. "People of Earth," Zork said in a deep voice, "I am Captain Zork of the Galactic Empire. Your planet now belongs to us. Bow down to your new rulers or be destroyed." On Earth, everyone was shocked. People ran around in fear. World leaders didn't know what to do. They had never seen real aliens before. The President of the United States tried to talk to Zork. "We come in peace," she said. "We want to be friends with the galaxy." Zork laughed. It was not a nice laugh. "Friends? The Empire doesn't make friends. We take what we want, and we want your planet." The humans tried to fight back. They sent fighter jets and missiles at Zork's ship, but nothing worked. The missiles exploded before they even touched the ship. The jets couldn't fly high enough to reach it. Zork found this very funny. "Look at their tiny weapons," he told his crew. "They're like children throwing toys at us." He decided to show Earth how strong the Empire was. He pointed a big laser gun at the moon. With one shot, he made a huge hole in the moon. Everyone on Earth could see it. People on Earth were scared. Their best weapons did nothing, and the aliens could damage the moon so easily. What chance did they have? World leaders met to talk about what to do. Some wanted to keep fighting. Others thought they should give up. They argued for hours but couldn't agree. Meanwhile, Zork was getting impatient. "Humans," he shouted through the screens again. "You have 1 day to surrender. If you don't, we'll start destroying your cities." To show he wasn't joking, Zork used a smaller laser to cut a line across the Sahara Desert. It was so big you could see it from space. The Emperor watched all this from his palace. He was very happy. Soon, he thought, I'll have a new planet to play with. These humans will make good servants for the Empire. But the Emperor and Zork had made a big mistake. They thought that because Earth looked weak, it was weak. They didn't know that looking weak was part of a clever plan. Deep underground, in secret bases around the world, humans were getting ready. They had powerful weapons and advanced technology hidden away. And they weren't alone. In a very secret meeting, the world leaders made a decision. They would pretend to be scared and weak for a little while longer. They sent a message to Zork. "Please don't hurt us," they said, trying to sound afraid. "We need more time to decide. Can you give us 3 days?" Zork laughed again. He thought the humans were just scared and stupid. "Fine," he said. 3 days, but not 1 minute more. As night fell on Earth, it looked like the planet was defeated. Zork's ship floated in the sky, a constant reminder of the Empire's power. People on Earth seemed sad and afraid, but appearances can be tricky. Underground, humans were smiling. Their plan was working perfectly. The Empire thought they were winning, but the real fight hadn't even started yet. In just 3 days, the galaxy would see that they should never have laughed at the puny planet called Earth. While Captain Zork's big ship floated above Earth, looking scary, something else was happening. To understand this, we need to go back in time. Back to when humans first met friendly aliens. It was a normal Tuesday when it happened. A small spaceship landed in a field in Kansas. It wasn't big or scary like Zork's ship. It looked more like a shiny silver bus. Out of the ship came aliens called the Zephyrians. They looked a bit like tall, blue humans with big eyes. They came in peace and wanted to be friends. At first, world leaders were scared. But the Zephyrians were nice. They'd brought gifts and cool technology. Soon, humans and Zephyrians became good friends. The Zephyrians told humans about the galaxy. They said there were many friendly aliens out there, but they also warned about the mean Galactic Empire. "The Empire is big and strong," said Zora, the Zephyrian leader. "They like to take over planets. We need to keep Earth safe." Humans were worried. Their technology wasn't good enough to fight the Empire. But Zora had an idea. "Let's keep our friendship a secret," she said. "We'll help you get strong, but we'll make it look like you're still weak." The human leaders thought this was very smart. They agreed to the plan. For the next few years, Zephyrians and other friendly aliens helped Earth in secret. They taught humans how to make better spaceships, strong force fields, and powerful weapons. But all this happened underground, or on the far side of the moon. From space, Earth still looked like a normal planet with no special technology. Humans learned fast. They mixed alien tech with their own ideas to make new, amazing things. They built huge underground cities and secret moon bases. They also made friends with more aliens. There were the Aquarians, who could breathe in water and helped humans explore the oceans. The Pirokins, who looked like walking flames, taught humans about new kinds of energy. Each alien friend brought new knowledge. Humans learned about space travel, making food from light, and even how to hide whole planets. But the most important thing humans learned was about working together. Before meeting aliens, Earth countries often fought each other. Now, they worked as one team to get ready for the Empire. While all this was happening, they kept the old cars, planes, and rockets working above ground. It was like a big show to fool anyone watching from space. Sometimes, friendly alien ships would visit Earth, but they used special technology to look like meteors or comets. The Empire's watching ships never noticed. Years passed. Earth got stronger and smarter, but always in secret. They built a huge fleet of spaceships and hid them inside the moon and under the oceans. They made special suits that could change how people looked. With these, humans could travel to other planets without the Empire knowing who they were. Humans even started their own secret space stations. These looked like asteroids from the outside, but inside they were full of labs and living spaces. All over the galaxy, there were now humans learning and working with alien friends. but they always pretended to be aliens themselves, keeping the secret safe. Back on Earth, life seemed normal. People went to work, watched TV, and played in parks. But many had secret jobs too. A teacher might also be a spaceship pilot. A farmer could be an expert in alien plants. Kids learned normal school stuff, but also trained in secret for space. They played video games that were really training programs for flying spaceships or fighting in zero gravity. Earth also made friends with some planets that the Empire had been mean to. These planets pretended to obey the Empire, but secretly worked with Earth. One of these planets was Sonora. The Empire thought Xenorans were weak because they looked like small, cute animals. But Xenorans were actually super smart. They helped humans make computers that could think like brains. Another secret friend was the water planet Aquos. The Empire didn't care about it because they thought it was just one big ocean. But under the water, Aquos had amazing cities. They taught humans how to build and fight underwater. As Earth made more friends, they created a secret group called the Galactic Alliance. This group promised to help each other if the Empire ever attacked. But even with all these friends and cool technology, Earth knew they had to be careful. The Empire was still very strong. So they made a big plan. The plan was to let the Empire think they could easily take over Earth. This way, the Empire wouldn't send too many ships or soldiers. Then, when the time was right, Earth and its friends would surprise them. To make this plan work, they needed to be very sneaky. They built fake weak spots in Earth's defenses. They made sure some of their satellites and space junk would be easy to destroy. They even sent out radio messages talking about how scared they were of aliens. All of this was to make the Empire think Earth was an easy target. The hardest part was keeping everyone quiet. Millions of people on Earth knew the secret, but they all understood how important it was. They practiced acting scared and weak. Now, as Captain Zork's ship floated above Earth, the humans were ready. Their plan had worked perfectly. Zork and the Empire thought Earth was weak and alone. In secret bases around the world, humans were excited. They knew that soon they would show the Empire how strong Earth really was. The president sat in a hidden room deep under the White House. She looked at screens showing Earth's hidden power. Thousands of advanced ships were ready. Millions of trained soldiers waited for the signal. She smiled, thinking about how surprised Captain Zork would be. "The Empire thinks this is the end," she said to her advisors. "But for Earth, it's just the beginning." In 3 days, the galaxy would learn a big lesson: never underestimate humans. The big day came. Captain Zork's huge ship still floated above Earth, looking mean and scary. Zork was feeling very happy. He thought he had won without even fighting. "Silly humans," he said to his crew. "They're probably shaking in fear down there." But Zork was wrong. The humans weren't afraid at all. They were getting ready for their big surprise. In the morning, Zork's face appeared on all screens on Earth again. "Time's up, humans," he shouted. "What's your answer? Will you join the Empire or be destroyed?" The President of the United States stood in front of a camera. She tried to look scared, but inside she was smiling. "Captain Zork," she said in a shaky voice, we surrender. Earth will join your empire." Zork laughed his mean laugh. "Wise choice, little humans. Now, I'll come down to your planet to meet your leaders. Get ready to bow to your new master." As Zork's ship got closer to Earth, the humans put their plan into action. They sent up some old planes and fired some weak missiles, just for show. Zork's ship easily destroyed them. "Is that all you've got?" Zork laughed. He thought it was funny how weak Earth's defenses were. Zork's ship landed in a big field. Tanks and soldiers surrounded it, but their guns looked small next to the huge spaceship. World leaders gathered nearby, pretending to be scared. The door of the ship opened slowly. Zork came out, wearing shiny armor and carrying a big gun. He looked around at the humans and smiled his mean smile. "Greetings. "Earth pets," he said. "Your planet is now part of the great Galactic Empire. Bow down to me." The world leaders looked at each other. This was the moment they had been waiting for. The president stepped forward. "Actually, Captain Zork," she said in a strong voice, "we have a different idea." Suddenly, the ground started to shake. Zork looked confused. "What's happening?" he yelled. The field split open. Out of the ground came a huge spaceship, much bigger than Zork's. It was shaped like an eagle and shined like gold in the sun. Zork's eyes got big. He couldn't believe what he was seeing. "Impossible," he shouted. "Where did that come from?" More ships rose from hidden bases all over the world. They filled the sky, thousands of them. Some were big like cities, others small and fast like birds. The president smiled at Zork. "Welcome to Earth, Captain," she said. "We're not as weak as you thought." Zork tried to run back to his ship, but a blue force field appeared around it. He was trapped. His crew tried to help, but their weapons didn't work anymore. In space, more surprises were happening. The moon opened up like a giant door, and hundreds of ships flew out. Zork's soldiers in space didn't know what to do. Earth's secret weapons were amazing. They had ships that could change shape, guns that could freeze whole battleships, and shields that no Empire weapon could break. Some ships were piloted by humans. Others had aliens that humans had made friends with. There were tall blue Zephyrians, fiery Pyrokins, and even some cute but smart Xenarans. Zork couldn't believe his eyes. The weak little planet he had laughed at now had the biggest fleet he'd ever seen. And they weren't alone. Ships from other planets in the Galactic Alliance were arriving too. But how?" Zork stuttered. "You were supposed to be weak. You don't even have space cities." The president laughed. "Oh, we have space cities," she said. "We just hid them very well." She pointed to the sky. Suddenly, the air seemed to ripple. Giant space stations appeared, as if by magic. They had been there all along, hidden by special technology. Zork fell to his knees. He realized he had made a big mistake. His one ship was now surrounded by thousands of Earth ships and their allies. In space, the rest of Zork's small fleet tried to fight back. But Earth's ships were too strong and too many. Some Empire ships gave up quickly. Others tried to run away. The president spoke to Zork again. "Now, Captain, let's talk about surrender. But this time, you'll be the one surrendering." Zork looked angry, but he knew he had no choice. "Fine," he growled. "You win this time, but the Empire will be back." The president shook her head. "I don't think so, Zork. You see, while you were here laughing at us, we sent messages to all the planets in the Empire." She showed him a big screen. On it, Zork could see protests happening on many Empire planets. People were calling for freedom. Some planets were already kicking out Empire soldiers. "We made friends all over the galaxy," the president explained. "We helped planets that the Empire was mean to. Now they're all fighting back." Zork couldn't believe it. The tiny planet he thought was so weak had outsmarted the whole Empire. As Zork was taken away by Earth soldiers, news spread across the galaxy. Everyone was talking about how the small, unknown planet Earth had beaten the mighty Empire. The Emperor, sitting in his palace, got angrier and angrier as he heard the news. His face turned purple with rage. "How dare they trick us?" he yelled. "Send all our ships to crush them." But it was too late. Earth and its allies were ready. As Empire ships arrived, they found not one small planet, but a huge alliance waiting for them. The battle was big and loud. Lasers flashed across space. Ships zoomed between planets. But slowly, the Empire started to lose. Earth's clever tricks and strong allies were too much for the Empire. By the end of the day, the Emperor himself was running away in his fancy space yacht. As the sun set on Earth, people came out of their homes and cheered. The Empire that had scared them was now defeated. Earth had not only protected itself, but had helped free the whole galaxy. Humans looked up at the stars and smiled. They weren't alone anymore. They had friends all across space, and everyone in the galaxy now knew one important thing: never laugh at Earth. This little planet was full of big surprises. The big space battle was over. Earth and its friends had won. Now, it was time for the big reveal. The whole galaxy wanted to know how Earth, a planet they thought was weak, had become so strong. The president of Earth stood on a stage in New York. Millions of humans watched on TV. Billions of aliens watched on space screens. Everyone was excited to hear the story. Friends from Earth and across the stars, the president began. Today, we share our secret. She pressed a button. Suddenly, the ground started to move. People gasped as buildings began to change. Skyscrapers grew taller. Roads turned into launch pads. Parks became spaceports. All over the world, hidden technology appeared. The oceans bubbled as underwater cities rose to the surface. Mountains opened up to show giant space hangars. In orbit, more surprises appeared. Space stations that looked like normal satellites grew bigger. The moon's surface rippled, revealing huge bases and shipyards. Aliens watching from their home planets couldn't believe their eyes. Earth was transforming in front of them. The president smiled. For years, we pretended to be weak. But in secret, we were getting ready. We made friends, learned new things, and built amazing technology. She introduced some of Earth's alien friends. The tall blue Zephyrians waved to the cameras. The fiery Perokins glowed brightly. The cute Xenarans jumped up and down excitedly. These friends taught us so much, the president said. They helped us grow strong without the Empire knowing. Then she showed off some of Earth's coolest inventions. There were suits that could make people invisible, guns that could freeze time, and ships that could travel faster than light. We mixed our human ideas with alien technology, she explained. Together, we created things no one had ever seen before. One by one, Earth's secret projects were revealed. First, they showed the underground cities. These huge places were where humans had practiced living in space. They had their own air, food, and power. Some were as big as whole countries. Next came the moon bases. The whole far side of the moon was covered in human buildings. There were labs, training centers, and shipyards. This was where Earth had built its secret space fleet. Then they revealed the water cities. Deep under the oceans, humans had built huge domes. People lived and worked there, learning how to survive in alien worlds. Some humans could even breathe underwater now. The president also talked about Earth's space explorers. For years, humans wearing special suits had visited other planets. They made friends and learned about the galaxy, but no one knew they were from Earth. One of the biggest surprises was the asteroid belt spaceship. What looked like a group of normal asteroids between Mars and Jupiter was actually one giant ship. It could split apart to look normal, then come together to travel through space. But the most amazing thing was Earth's planetary shield. With a flip of a switch, a huge blue bubble appeared around the whole planet. This shield can protect us from any attack, the president said proudly. As each secret was revealed, aliens across the galaxy got more and more excited. Many cheered for Earth. Some even wanted to visit. But not everyone was happy. On some planets, people who had worked for the Empire were angry. They couldn't believe a small planet had tricked them. The Emperor, hiding on a faraway moon, watched the reveal. His purple face got darker and darker with anger. "Those tricky humans," he yelled. "They'll pay for this." He tried to call his army, but no one answered. The Empire was falling apart. Planets that the Empire had been mean to were now fighting back. They wanted to be free like Earth. Back on the stage, the president wasn't done yet. "We have one more surprise," she said with a big smile. She pressed another button. Suddenly, a huge hologram appeared in the sky. It showed a star map of the whole galaxy, but something was different. "When we first met our alien friends," the president explained, We learned that much of the galaxy was unexplored. There were places the Empire was scared to go. The hologram zoomed in on these dark areas. We sent secret ships to explore these places, she continued. And guess what we found? The dark areas lit up. They showed new planets, strange space things, and even more alien races that no one knew about. We made friends with these new aliens too, the president said. Some of them helped us fight the Empire. Others taught us things even our first alien friends didn't know. The galaxy was in awe. Earth hadn't just protected itself. It had explored and made friends in places everyone thought were empty. Aliens from all over sent messages to Earth. Many wanted to be friends. Some asked for help to fight the Empire on their planets. Others wanted to learn about Earth's cool technology. As the day ended, humans celebrated all over the world. They were proud of what they had done. They had protected their planet, made lots of friends, and helped free the galaxy. In space, Earth's fleet started to help other planets. They chased away the last Empire ships and helped set up new governments. The president looked up at the stars. Earth's secret was out, but their journey was just beginning. We fooled the Empire, she thought. But our real mission is to help make the galaxy a better place. As night fell, humans and their alien friends gathered to watch the stars. But now, those stars didn't look far away and scary. They looked like new places to explore and new friends to meet. The little blue planet that everyone had laughed at was now a big hero. Earth had shown the whole galaxy that being small doesn't mean being weak. With clever ideas, good friends, and a lot of hard work, even the smallest planet could do amazing things. The days after Earth's big reveal were busy and exciting. The whole galaxy was changing, and Earth was right in the middle of it all. First, Earth and its friends had to clean up after the big fight with the Empire. There were broken ships floating in space, and some planets needed help to fix the damage. Earth sent out its special cleanup ships. These ships could grab space junk and turn it into useful things. Old Empire weapons became parts for new schools and hospitals on different planets. While this was happening, the Galactic Alliance grew bigger. More and more planets wanted to join. They liked how Earth and its friends worked together and helped each other. The president of Earth was very busy. Every day, she talked to leaders from new planets. Some were scared the Empire might come back. Others wanted to learn Earth's cool technology. The president promised to help everyone. On Earth, things were changing too. Now that the secret was out, humans didn't have to pretend anymore. Flying cars zoomed between buildings. People used teleporters to go to work. Kids played with toy spaceships that could really fly. Schools started teaching about all the new alien friends. Students learned alien languages and how to use cool space gadgets. Some schools even had field trips to the moon. But not everything was easy. Some humans were scared of all the changes. They weren't sure about meeting aliens or living in space. The president told everyone to be patient and kind. Change can be scary, she said, but it can also be wonderful. To help humans and aliens become friends, Earth started a big project called Galaxy Buddies. Families on Earth could invite alien families to visit. At the same time, human families could go live on other planets for a while. This project was a big success. Humans learned that aliens weren't scary at all. Many were funny, kind, and liked the same things humans did. Aliens learned that humans were clever and brave, not just good at tricking the Empire. One day, a ship arrived from a planet called Zorban. The Zorbonians looked like big fuzzy balls with eyes. They were very shy and had been hiding from the Empire for years. "We saw how you beat the Empire," the Zorbonian leader said. "Can you teach us to be brave like you?" The president had a great idea. She introduced the Zorbonians to a group of human kids. The kids showed the aliens how to play soccer and tell jokes. Soon, the Zorbonians were laughing and having fun. They realized being brave could also mean trying new things and making friends. Meanwhile, Earth's scientists were working hard. They mixed human ideas with alien technology to solve big problems. They made machines that could clean up polluted planets in days. They invented new medicines that could cure diseases across the galaxy. One of the coolest new inventions was the Uninet. It was like the internet, but it worked across the whole galaxy. Now, a kid on Earth could play video games with a kid from a planet a million light years away. As weeks passed, the galaxy became more peaceful, but Earth didn't forget about the Empire. They knew the Emperor was still out there, probably planning something mean. So, Earth and its allies made a special team. They called it the Galactic Guard. This team had the best ships and smartest people from many planets. Their job was to watch for any Empire trouble and help planets in need. The Galactic Guard's first big test came when they heard about a planet called Aquarius. This water planet had been under Empire control for years. The people there, who could breathe underwater, were sad and needed help. The Galactic Guard made a clever plan. They used Earth's special water ships to sneak onto the planet. Then they taught the Aquarians how to use bubble guns. These guns didn't hurt anyone but trapped the Empire soldiers in big bubbles that floated away. In just one day, Aquarius was free. The Aquarians were so happy they threw a big underwater party. Humans and aliens from all over came to celebrate. Everyone wore special suits to breathe underwater and danced with the fish. Back on Earth, humans were learning new and amazing things every day. Some humans learned how to change shape like the aliens from Shiftos. Others learned to talk with plants from the tree people of Arborea. Humans also shared their special skills. Earth's artists taught aliens how to paint and make music. Earth's chefs showed aliens how to make pizza and ice cream. Soon, you could find Earth food on planets all across the galaxy. One day, the president got an interesting message. It came from a small planet at the edge of the galaxy. The aliens there said they had caught the Emperor. The president quickly flew to the planet with the Galactic Guard. They found the Emperor hiding in a small cave. He didn't look scary anymore. His purple face was sad, and his fancy clothes were all dirty. "What should we do with him?" asked the alien leader. The president thought for a moment. Humans in the old days might have been mean to the Emperor, but Earth had learned a lot since then. "Let's not punish him," the president said. "Instead, let's teach him how to be kind and make friends." So, the Emperor was sent to live on a small farm on Earth. He had to learn how to grow plants, take care of animals, and work with others. It was hard for him at first, but slowly he started to change. As the first year after the big reveal came to an end, the president stood on the same stage in New York. But this time, she wasn't alone. Leaders from hundreds of planets stood with her. "Friends," she said, looking at the cameras broadcasting across the galaxy, "1 year ago, we were alone and pretending to be weak. Today, we have more friends than we can count, and we're stronger than ever." She smiled at the alien leaders next to her. "But our greatest strength isn't our technology or our clever plans. It's our ability to work together, to learn from each other, and to be kind." The crowd cheered, on Earth and on planets light years away. Fireworks exploded in the sky, and spaceships did fancy tricks above the clouds. The galaxy wasn't perfect. There were still problems to solve and new challenges to face, but Earth and its allies were ready. Together, they had turned the Empire's laughter into a reason to celebrate. As the party went on, humans looked up at the stars. But now, they didn't see distant, unreachable lights. They saw homes of friends, places to explore, and a whole galaxy of possibilities. The little planet that was once laughed at had changed the galaxy. And this was just the beginning of Earth's big adventure among the stars.